The desire for wealth and love is encoded in us by nature. It's a genetic imperative for reproduction and survival. So pursue them boldly. Don't be brainwashed by those beautiful fairy tales floating around in society. Fairy tales only teach you to give selflessly. But in reality, you must become a hero who earns both wealth and love. There's nothing wrong with selfless giving, but it must be directed at the right people. Who are the right people? Those who are also willing to give selflessly for you. Otherwise, your generosity, your heartfelt sacrifices, will only leave you battered and bruised. Many women know this pain all too well. Why does your life often feel full of suffering? Because you believe human nature is inherently good. So when someone hurts you, it feels like a shock to your worldview. But if you could accept the darker side of human nature, then even when someone acts like a villain, you would see it as normal. Those who see through the shadow side of human nature no longer suffer. Why are you stuck at the bottom of society? Why can't you attain wealth and love? It's not because fate or God is unfair. It's because you haven't grasped human nature. You don't have the strategies or tactics needed to influence and navigate social power dynamics. In the animal kingdom, there are two kinds of species, carnivores and herbivores. They can actually be distinguished just by their eyes. Most aggressive carnivores, like lions, tigers, cheetahs, and wolves, have eyes positioned at the front. Their field of vision is narrow but focused, allowing them to lock onto their prey with precision. Herbivores, like cows, horses, and sheep, have eyes on the sides of their heads. Their peripheral vision spans nearly 300 degrees, helping them detect threats early and escape predators. Their evolutionary advantage lies in awareness and defense. Nature is fair. While predators gain the edge in attack, prey gain the edge in evasion. This is the natural law. The strong devour the weak. And this primal instinct carries over to humans. Though we are the spiritual beings of all living things, take a look at our eyes, they face forward, just like the predators. This means that at our core, humans are hunters. In primitive times, we were born hunters. And in the world of hunters, there's rarely such a thing as a win-win. Either I eat you or I fail to catch you and starve. It's win or lose. Conquest is deeply rooted in our nature. Of course, there were exceptions. Some Native American tribes practiced sustainable hunting. They avoided killing young animals so that they could reproduce and provide food for future generations. That's a pretty cool form of win-win. But does win-win exist in business warfare? The honest answer, it's rare. Business is survival of the fittest. Who really wants to share the spoils? Still don't believe it? Go ask your mom how she buys vegetables in the market. The vendor says it's 2 yuan. Your mom replies, "That's too expensive. I shop here every day. How about 1.5? And after buying, she might even grab a few scallions for free. Even your own mother isn't interested in win-win. Does that mean win-win never exists? Not quite. There are situations where win-win is necessary. For example, with your clients, if they don't win, you can never win. Same with your team, if they lose, you lose. Among business partners, mutual victory is essential. I win only if you win, and vice versa. That's the logic of collaboration. But when facing external enemies and competitors, the rule of survival is simple: win or lose. Imagine a large cage with a man, a dog, a gorilla, and a tiger. When the tiger gets hungry, the man will be the first to die because he's the weakest. Yet, in the broader scope of nature, humans sit at the top of the food chain. We could wipe out tigers if we wanted. We put them in zoos for our own amusement. In one zoo, tourists can pay to tie a live chicken to a stick and feed it to the tiger. The tiger, upon seeing the chicken, unleashes its primal instincts and rips it apart in a frenzy, while the crowd watches in thrill and excitement. Of course, Some kind-hearted people protest the cruelty and demand such performances stop. But that doesn't solve the core issue. If you stop feeding live chickens to tigers, does that mean the tiger will become vegetarian? Of course not. You can't erase the tiger's DNA. The protest is well-intentioned but naive. And have these same people considered what happens when they bite into a chicken burger at KFC or sip chicken broth from a steaming bowl? Is it any less cruel? If you compare the chickens sacrificed for zoo tigers to the billions slaughtered for KFC every year, the former is nothing. KFC's supply chain could be described as a river of blood and mountains of bones. Remember this, market competition is brutal. Even if you win, it's at the cost of others' losses. That's the price in blood. Business is war. For every triumphant general, countless corpses lie behind. Life itself is a never-ending battlefield. Every living being must survive the merciless process of natural selection. One life lives, another must die. Even a newborn baby is born from the principle of the survival of the fittest, having outraced and outlasted billions of sperm to unite with an egg. Deep down, we all love competition. Just ask Jerry Yang or Bill Gates, they both say, "I hate the feeling of losing. I like to win in competition." Sounds arrogant and aggressive, but it reveals the mindset of every winner. In our work with business leaders and employees across the country, we found that many people fail simply because they're too shy, especially in sales. Funny enough, some people feel embarrassed selling to customers, but have no shame borrowing money from others and not paying it back. Disgusting, isn't it? In the animal world, there's no such thing as feeling shy. When they're hungry, they eat. When it's mating time, they mate. A shark that smells blood charges in without hesitation. No embarrassment whatsoever. Animals have simple instincts. They fight for what they want unless their lives are in danger. We humans do the same, but with more sophisticated tools. Our hunting methods are layered and intelligent. So if you're struggling in your career or relationships, maybe it's because you've absorbed too much nonsense that suppresses your natural instincts. Those who succeed in business or sales often exude a hunter's boldness. They want it, they take it. No hesitation. So remember this. If you want money, if you want to win the love of someone you like, don't feel embarrassed. As long as it's not illegal or life-threatening, go for it without shame and devour it. Lastly, let me say this. A mosquito bite may be the cheapest way to wake someone up, but disaster is the fastest and most expensive teacher.